Yo YouTube. Today's video I'm going to show you how the dollar box do. So you're going to get to see some of the inventory, how I process it, how I get it ready for listing on eBay, and then where to store, how I store and organize the cards once they're listed. And I'm going to show you what I have left to list. So it's a lot. There's a lot of inventory. So hopefully you enjoy this ride. Check it out. All right, so here we go. The main thing to show you today would be to look at the inventory that's already processed, and then I'm in the middle of processing a monster box of inventory, and I want to show you kind of how I go about that. The biggest part of this is to make sure that things get listed, and then that they're somewhat organized so that when things sell, they're easy to pull. So the organization is in process big time because I had about 20,000 cards that I needed to inventory. And it's been taking some time to do that. That's a large number of cards, so for one person. Obviously I have a day job besides, so this is just something that I do on the side for fun and for my collection, which I have a week off after Thanksgiving, and I'm going to make quite a few videos about my collection. I'm going to process a PSA order. I'm going to show off some of my top cards, and we can take a look at you know, where I'm going with the next stage of my collection, as well as improving my store and some sales. So without further ado, let's take a look at some inventory and some of the process of where I go with it. All right, so I want to start here. This is my little reseller's cabinet that I'm using. I have a couple different stacks of cards in here. So the first two are these two. These are old eBay auction listings of cards, and it's all Brett Favre stuff here. So this is all part of the store, and they're just cards that I haven't refiled yet. They're auctions that didn't sell, so this stuff has to be processed yet. But everything else in here is inventoried and listed for sale, except for this one monster box. This is the last one. It's a 5,000 count, all Favre cards. This all needs to be inventoried and listed in the store. But these are all boxes of Favre cards, somewhat organized. They're at least sorted. So for example, if I have 20 copies of a card, it would be 20 copies in this box type of thing. So as far as organization goes, like, let's say somebody wanted a 1993 Topps Brett Favre card. Do I know exactly where it is in these boxes? Yes and no. So the yes being, I've dug through these boxes 1,000 times, so I have a pretty good idea of where everything is. No being, I don't have them specifically marked. So that is one of the big projects when I'm off in a couple weeks, to get completely organized. So all of these down here, same thing. This is my first store box that I did, and then again I've organized these as time has gone on, and I've had time to list them on eBay. So the big overall organization project where I actually mark everything to be in a specific box to save more time for pulling is yet to come. So up here, this is just my soccer investments for now. I buy sets. I don't know all the players, so I buy the sets. I bought them super early before prices went up. So like, for example, the 2014 Prism, which is a pretty big set, I think I paid $100 for that. If I still have the purchase information, I'll post that on here as well. But I knew Prism was the brand in every other sport, so I just started buying up the bigger brand sets to have as an investment. This is the big task at hand currently. So I have A couple monster boxes here. The one underneath has all been added to eBay. It needs to be sorted yet, but all the cards in here are listed. So I can pull from those as they sell, and they're ready to ship out. This top box is the box that I'm working on right now. I do have some that I've listed already. And then what I did was I just take all the cards out of that box and stack them here. As well as any lots I buy, get into these stacks where this is the to be added to inventory stack, I guess, if you want to call it that. So these all have to be added to eBay. As they get added on, they will get filed back into this box, and then all of these boxes will be broken down in a couple weeks. I'll do a sped up video or something of that, but these will all be broken down so that they can be marked. And I haven't quite decided how I want to do that yet. If I want to do like, okay, here's a 2008 Topps retail card, or from the set, I believe. Anyway, so I haven't quite decided if I want to do like, these are all the Topps cards, or do it by year, or I don't know. So I have to figure out exactly how I want to do that sorting process so that it's not overwhelmingly spaced into one thing or another. Like if I just do boxes of Topps, well, I have a lot more Topps than any other brand, so I would have like a ton of Topps boxes, which wouldn't really save me any time. So I'm thinking I'm going to do it by year, and then maybe break down the brands under the year. So I have to do a little bit of thinking and research on that. But for now, we're just trying to get everything listed and ready to go, and I can dig them out as they sell. So these stacks here, this is all cards currently on auction. So I have 2 eBay accounts, and if you remember in a previous video, one of my tips was to make sure you always use all your free auctions every month. So I do that, and then plus last month I got 8,000 free auctions on each account. So it allowed me to list quite a few cards. Now, several cards have sold. Several cards have bids on auction currently, and some of them didn't sell at all, and then they'll sit in my relisting queue until the next month when I get more free auctions. So each month when I have free auctions, I generally have enough that didn't sell that I can just put them back out on auction, and I don't have to spend the time creating the listings. I know some sellers use like a power listing program, which I had done in the past with other things I've sold on eBay, but I actually don't mind the process. I'm pretty quick at it. I do it all on my phone, so it's, you know, a couple quick photos and an upload, and I can show that in another video how I list a card. It's pretty darn simple. So, and finally, I've got this little stack here. This is all the mail I've gotten in this week, and I save it all so that I can do a mail week video for you guys. So I've got a few different items here. I got a big lot of 2 boxes here. Is 568 cards that I got in. I've got some finest lots, things like that, but you'll see that in the video in a couple days. All right, so the other part of the cabinet here actually is storing all of my PSA graded cards. There's probably about 700 cards, so I have a pretty sizable collection. These are all in the registry. They're all the white boxes are Favre cards, and then my non-Favre cards are in the PSA graded box here, the fancy box. There's PSA on it. And it's got like, here's 89 Barry Sanders, there's Rice's in here, stuff like that. There's some Favre rookies and that in there too. So those are obviously the most valuable of graded cards. So I have some that I have that has been inventoried I just need to put away, so I've got a pretty good stack there too. They're organized by year, so pretty easy to get to. And then they're alphabetized according to the registry on PSA. Then I just have a couple of different albums of cards. These are all modern cards, so after Favre's playing years, so after 2012 or 2010, excuse me. This is all rookie cards. So when they say cards in 91 were overproduced, they weren't joking. I have pages and pages and pages and pages of them. Most of these were obtained through buying collections, buying lots, trading, things like that. Some of them I've bought in lots, but I don't resell the rookie cards. This is all just stuff from my own personal collection. So when I get them, I set them aside. They end up in this album if they're not gradable. Some of these might be gradable too, so I have to go through these a little closer. Now that I know the process to follow to send grading in, when we do the PSA video, maybe we'll take a look at some of these as well. And the last album is the 420 cards. So in 2007 and 2008, Topps and Topps Chrome released a card for every single one of Favre's touchdowns thrown. I have almost all of them. In fact, I have another lot or two coming in, so hopefully I'll get a few more out of those lots. I do have some graded ones. If I have the graded copy, I put a slip of paper in here saying that I've got the graded one, because I don't really need a raw and a PSA 10 for each one of these cards. That would get crazy in a hurry. So, but that's my 420 collection. Okay, so this is where I'm going to show you a little sneak peek for a future video. I want to show you what I have set aside for grading, and we'll go through a PSA order process in a couple weeks when I'm going to be ready to do that. But I wanted to show you how many cards. I've got some pretty rare Favre stuff, so I'm excited to get some of that ready and processed for grading. I am a PSA collector. That is my primary collection, but obviously I have a ton of raw cards from collecting over the past 30 years. And so I'm finally I've been putting the best copies aside and getting them ready for doing a process video for grading. So I'm excited to get that out to you. But anyway, take a look at this. So here's the cards that I have to do some final process for grading, and I'll make that as a future video, but I just wanted to give you a sneak peek on what we're looking at here, because it's not going to be a small feat to get there. But I have a box of some here just because I ran out of the room, but I have 4 graded card boxes full of Card Saver cards that are ready for grading. Now, I'm a completist, so if it's a card I don't currently have graded, I want one graded. So there are some common stuff in here. Obviously, there's a lot of parallels, numbered cards, rookie cards, things like that. And there will be several too that I will send in to get graded just because I know I can flip for a profit. So I'm looking forward to, there's another numbered one, looking forward to going through these with a fine-toothed comb, so to speak, to look for the real gems to send in. Some of them are so rare that it really doesn't matter the grade. I just want it slabbed and authenticated. Autographs, jersey cards, things like that. Rare cards. A lot of 90s inserts. Some really good stuff. So that will be in a future video in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video and got to see a little bit of the process I'm working on setting up my store. I've only been running it for about a year, maybe a year and a half or so, and spent most of my time just trying to build the inventory in the store, because if I don't sell anything, I don't make any profit. If I don't make any profit, I can't buy more inventory or investments for my own collection, things like that. So it looks a tad disorganized, and it is, to be honest with you, but I wanted to record my journey so that you could see how I'm going to take it from where it's at to a spot where it's much more organized, easier to pull cards, things like that. So thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you like these kind of videos. If you have any questions or comments, feedback, I would love that as well. I try to respond to any comments that I get, and I'm always looking to improve what I've got going on. So until next time.